Welcome back to my Let's Play at the Lemmings Design Contest number 23 contest lows. And so for this video, I think because I pretty much got the intended solution or acceptable solutions to all the contest lows, I'm going to go ahead and show off my solutions again to these levels in their most up-to-date current versions. The only thing that I will not do here is show off the solutions to my own contest lows, as I am still currently waiting on Icho to resolve my updated versions of the lows, because I would like to see if they are now completely patched up before I do so. But other than that, I think what I would do for this video is I will show off the solutions to all the contest lows here, because there aren't that many lows per rule, and so I'd rather do this rather than make several short videos. And so, yes, this video will simply show off the solutions to the contest lows one last time, with the exception of my own. And yeah, that will wait until next time. Yeah, once I see that my lows are fully patched up. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started then. So first up, we have Rule 1-1, yeah, which is Cactus Valley by Armani. Yeah, this level did not need any further versions, as I pretty much got the intended solution, and as did everyone else. This one, I would say, was definitely a difficult one for me, but it was the really good kind of challenging, as it was very satisfying to figure out and solve. So, at the start, I maxed out the release rate and sent out the first two lemmings to the right as climbers. So this will have the following effect. The first lemming to walk into the sand pit will die, sand pit trap will die, while the other one goes by unharmed. So he will jump so that he can climb up. And then once reaching here, we bash on through. And this may seem a little strange, but we cancel this basher mid-stroke with a builder. So it does seem like a complete waste of a builder skill, but this is actually necessary, as we won't be able to solve the level if we don't do that. So then he climbs up here, jump over this gap. And this right here is the perfect opportunity to use a shimmer. So he's going to go along until he gets to here. He drops down. Yeah, goes over here. And then he'll make his way back up. Now this was another part that was difficult to see as well. But here we're going to use a builder staircase to extend a miner. Because we're going to mine down to the crowd so that they can get up the low. So as you can see, yeah, he keeps on going. And yeah, there's this little nook here that the crowd will be using in order to step up into the miner tunnel. And there you go. Okay, and there is some timing needed here. So with the first lemming in this bunch here, I start bashing to the right. And this is crucial because we need the climber to be able to make his way up here so that he can climb up. And then once up here, he's going to shimmy along again. Okay, and finally, all that's left to do is to mine down to the crowd so that they can get to the exit. And that's already it. Very, very nice level here. I absolutely like this one. And pretty much out of Armani's levels, yeah, his Route 1 was probably my most favorite. Very, very nice level that, despite being a 2 of everything, with the skill types that we have, I believe there's 6 skill types here, either 5 or 6. It still turned out to be deceptively difficult. But again, it's the really good kind of challenging that I really like to play and solve. Anyway, next one. Route 1-2. Crazy? Okay. And this is a level that I did not show the solution off to last time, because I was one of the because I was a pre-tester at this level. And so because of that, I skipped over this level while solving the other contest levels. And anyway, this is by Icho. Yeah, this one was also a deceivingly difficult one, but it is also another very nice one. And in the first version, I pretty much had the intended solution. However, you see 2 replays, and that's because my first solution doesn't exactly work out due to how Icho for this version before the playing phase began, he decided to change the release rate to be as part of the puzzle here. So with the current release rate, yeah, my first solution no longer works. But that is perfectly fine because it just requires a very minor tweak. So here at the start, I not max out, but I put up the release rate to 80. So I think pretty much anywhere around there will work. Okay, so here first two lemmings will become climbers going to the left. And then here, I bomb in such a way so that this climber does not hit his nose/head and falls back down before bombing. So he goes through the auto animation, delaying him long enough to get the other climber high enough so that he gets past this hole that was made due to the bomber. Because if he hoists himself up in here, then he won't be able to get himself up here. And this is crucial, as he will be preparing some of the work ahead. So he climbs for a bit and then give him a jumper so that he goes back to the right. And then immediately upon landing, I mine down. By doing this allows us to isolate another worker lemming later on with a jumper. So in the meantime, the climber is going to come back up. And then reaching up here, he's going to go ahead and shimmy across. Build over this gap with a builder. And then patch up this gap with a platformer. So the purpose for these is to not only patch up the gap, but also to create some shimmy-friendly terrain for another worker lemming, which I do right now, because I give him a jumper so that he gets up here. That's the purpose of the miner tunnel. Yeah, not only to get the climber up here, but also to get another worker lemming. Okay, and the worker lemming, the first worker lemming up here, he bombs through this. In the meantime, the other worker lemming will use a shimmy or jump to start shimmying along here. So he goes all the way through here and to the side. And it is crucial that the lemming that gets over here is a non-climber, because if it was a climber, he should simply climb up and then climb into this fire trap up here, and we don't want that. So instead, we needed a non-climber, and here we are now. So now he starts mining down to the crowd. Okay, platform up this gap, and then finally build to get up here, and that's already it. And yeah, the lemmings that slip by, they'll be able to survive this fall. Although only one lemming did that. Yeah, as you can see, there's a couple pixels leeway here. Okay, and that's already it. Very, very nice level here. Okay, this is one of my contest levels, and again, I would need to wait to see if it's properly patched up. So I will show out the solutions to all my contest levels next time. So the last one for Rule 1 is Rule 1-4, the Monkey Cave, and this is by King Shadow 3. Okay, this one had to go through several versions, but it seems to now be properly patched up, as I can no longer backroute the load like I used to in the past several versions. Okay, and I gotta say, this one was also a deceivingly difficult one for me. And the solutions that I found to the earlier versions, yeah, they pretty much took me quite a while to find. Yeah, only to be not intended. Okay, so the first lemmings out to the right will become floaters. Third one will block. Yeah, at the edge there. And I don't think it exactly has to be at the edge, like I placed it here. I think you can actually place it a little further back. And the solution will still work. Anyway, the main deck that's over here, build and then clone. So that we can reach this mid-air platform here. Yeah, this will be crucial later on, as we will see. Okay, then we mine here. Okay, I have to make a round. Rather, I let two lemmings drop down here. Okay, I block right here. Yeah, this one actually took me quite a while to see. So it's really amazing that even simple things like this can be overlooked for quite a while. Okay, and then build at the edge here. And then we need to make sure that the builder staircase connects with the bridge up here. Yeah, which it does. Okay, and now the stage is all set to send a shimmier along. So that's the reason for needing to be able to access this mid-air platform. Okay, and then at the same time, I go ahead and mine out the blocker. Yeah, set him free. Okay, the crowd is safely contained up here. Yeah, so in the meantime, this shimmier goes along. Dashes on through once he gets here. And up here, shimmy along to get over the gap, as we don't have any more constructor skills. And then finally, all that's left to do is to bash and then clone. And that's it. So this makes up for the fact that we don't have enough destructive skills to get through both of these with a basher individually. And so we need to clone the basher in order to overcome that. And that's already it. Very, very nice level here. It's a very, very nice puzzle that for some very odd reason took me a while to see. Alrighty, so with that brings us to rule 2 now, which was basically, make a level that has a width of 240 and a height of 120, I believe, and at most 10 lemmings and a time limit of 1 minute or less. So because of that, these levels will be extremely quick. But just because of the fact that these levels are quick, it doesn't necessarily mean that these levels will be easy, though. As I have found, I still found these levels to be quite difficult. So here, the time limit is 40 seconds here. And this is by Armani. Okay, so this level did have to go through a version, so that's why you see 2 replays here. Yeah, my first solution wasn't exactly intended. And as far as I know, I was the only one who backrouted the level, as nobody else managed to solve this level before I did. Yeah, although one other person has solved the level in the meantime, after I resolved it. Alrighty, so this was actually the part that I overlooked for a very long time, as I kept thinking about having to use a jumper and a glider in order to reach the top platform. This is only possible by assigning the jumper at the very edge here. Yeah, any other position will not work. So the solution is this. Yeah, with the 5th to last lemming, we start platforming up this gap here. This makes everyone slip by, with the exception of 1 lemming, because we need 2 lemmings to get over the top here. So the 1 lemming that slips by will become a glider to reach this platform over here. He'll start bashing through. The next one would jump to reach this platform. He walks for a bit, to get up here, and then we start digging before the ball traps. Okay, and this was also another difficult part to see as well. So here, right where the tip meets the basher, we're going to go ahead and block with the basher mid-stroke. So this creates a pass-through blocker, but with lemmings from below, rather than lemmings falling on top of them. So yes, it does work from below as well. And then once the digger is low enough, then we bash. So as you can see, the lemmings are still able to get through. Yeah, and that's because they're pretty much passing right through the middle of the blocker here. Yeah, the turn field does not block them. Okay, and then once past the ball traps, then we interrupt the basher mid-stroke with a walker. And that's already it. Very, very nice though, which was deceivingly tough for me. Alrighty, and then another load that I did not show out the solution to last time, because once again, all the lows in this contest are pre-tested for Icho. So this is rule 2-2. Red spins on tomb, and we have a time limit of 1 minute here. And as I found out from Icho's playthrough of the contest lows, the title here, red spins is just simply Nepster backwards. And as I recall, Icho said that he got inspiration from one of set 2 levels for Nepster lems. Yeah, they were both called what was it? Tomb Raider. I think that's the name of those levels. Yeah, and there was a part 1 and a part 2. So this one is pretty much like a tribute to Nepster, you can say, from by Icho. And Nepster lems, by the way, I have not yet completed the pack. I am still currently stuck on the first level of Black Hole. So who knows how long that will take before I get myself unstuck, if I'm able to solve it. But it's already been a year, I believe, and I am still stuck on that level. So so it may be a while, if possibly an eternity or whatever. Anyway, whereas for the solution, yes, I also found this one to be quite a difficult one, despite the fact that it's a very minimal, not a minimal, but like a small level. So yes, it goes to show you that even small lows can be difficult. Alrighty, so we have dummies going out in both directions here. Okay, second dummy that goes to the left. We're going to go ahead and bash. Yeah, so as to delay the lemmings low. delay the crowd, if you will. So second lemming, same thing here, going to the right. We're gonna go ahead and bash here so that no one else can follow this lemming to the right here. So these two lemmings, this lemming up here will platform across, while the lemming down here will build. Okay, and then upon finishing, this builder will be given a shimmier, so that he can use the platforming bridge to shimmy along and get over here. While the platformer that just finished, he drops down here and builds to get up here. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and jump to get up here. And once again, this may seem like a waste, but it is actually necessary. We're gonna go ahead and bash the terrain above away. So this allows him to be able to jump up here. And then we're gonna go ahead and use the shimmier to get over here. And then finally, all that's left to do is to bash the ceiling away so that the lemmings can drop down here and get to the exit. As if we don't do this, then the lemmings will take the long way, and this just simply takes up way too much time. Yeah, you will run out of time before everyone is able to get to the exit. So by doing this, yeah, everyone can just simply drop to the exit and finish with 4 seconds remaining. Okay, one of my contest loads, which I'll show the solution to next time. And then finally, the last level for Route 2 is Route 2-4, Master of the Minute. Okay, and this is by King Shadow 3, and a time limit of 1 minute here. Okay, this one also took me quite a while to resolve as well. In particular, a lot of my earlier attempts had me either running out of time or I'll be a skill short. But this level had to go through several versions before I finally got the intended solution, or rather, before the intended solution was finally enforced. Yeah. In the meantime, the low did get back routed a couple of times by Imani. Oh yes, and regarding Icho's Route 2 that I just showed off the solution to, that one didn't need to go through another version either. As a matter of fact, none of the contest lows here by Icho needed more than one version. Yeah, he pretty much got them all the intended solutions enforced from the get-go. So very nice job to Icho there. Alright, last lemming in this group will bash so that he can make a hole and go down here. He gets a climber. Yeah, he needs a head start, as if they're all allowed to go around, then we're just going to run out of time. Okay, we collect 2 builder pickups, and then we also collect a stacker pickup. Then we're lemming will build up here to get over here. Okay, first lemming to reach this hole here, he'll start building, and in the process, one lemming slips by. Yeah, everyone else will take the long way around. Okay, and then upon reaching here, we stack, so that no one can go out to the left. Yeah, and the stacker needs time in order to raise it high enough so that nobody can go out to the left. Okay, and then upon reaching this ball, we bash. Yeah, he can't be allowed to turn around, as we'll run out of time otherwise. Okay, we drop down and get 3 more pickups. 3 more builders. Okay, build over the exit. Okay, build over this gap. Bash through the one-way wall. And then finally, build to turn him around. And that's already it. Very, very nice level here. Alrighty, so that finishes Route 2. Now we go on to Route 3. And the rule here was to create a level using 2 different tile sets. Yeah, and the other caveat is that for one tile set, we use the entrance for that tile set, and then the other tile set that we use, we have to use the exit for that one. So entrance from one tile set, exit from the other tile set. So here, Route 3-1 is the Age of Influence. Influence, yeah, something like that. This is by Armani. Okay, this one was a pretty difficult one, but this one did not need to go through any further versions. And Armani intended this to be open-ended. Yeah, there isn't exactly an intended solution here. But even then, I still found this one to be pretty difficult, despite being a 6 of everything though. And as you can oh yes, I should also mention that for Brew 1, it was basically make a level where we have at least 5 skill types, and the quantities for each skill need to be 10 or less. So in other words, it's an X of everything with wide different skill types. So as you can see, with the skill set in this level, this can pretty much also work as a Rule 1 level as well. Because here he has 6 different skill types, and every skill type, we have 6. Alrighty, so first coming out from this entrance, going to the left, will climb. Yeah, he gets a glider. Climbs back up, patches up this gap with a platformer. Okay, so he's going to turn back around, and then we're going to go ahead and bash through the one-way wall. Okay, bash on through with the first non-glider here. And then these guys will need gliders so as to avoid falling into this fire trap here. Yeah, I think it's just pretty much all of them. Yeah, the gliders will just simply fall down safely down here. Yeah, that remaining dummy gets a glider. Alrighty, and then we're gonna go ahead and platform here. Yeah, and it's important that we catch the glider, who is also a climber, because if we don't, then he's just simply going to bounce off and then go off the left side of the screen here. Yeah, and we don't want that. Yeah, as we need to save everyone. So once the gap is sealed up, then we bash through the one-way wall here. Or at least I did. Oh, and yes, the trigger area for the fire trap is a little higher, so therefore, any enemies that come over here won't get fried by it, unless they're a climber and climbs into it. Okay, the glider's going to make his way up here. Okay, platform up this gap so that he can get over here and climb up. And then when he falls back down, he'll be able to glide and land on here. Then he climbs back up again. Bash on through. And then let me see, what else did I do here? I also made someone a climber. Oh, I made this guy a climber. Okay. And then, was that 2 assignments that also came in again? Okay, yeah, and I also sent up another climber. Platform up this gap. Ooh. Okay, yeah, so it looks like I just released this crowd with climbers. Yeah, because I believe I used some timing here. Yeah, basically, I tried to get a non-glider down here to mine through the platform bridge. Okay, so everyone's going to be able to fall down safely. That's the reason for this platform over here, so that these climbers can drop down safely while splatting. Okay, the glider will now be able to drop back down here again. Yep, there you go. Yeah, it's important that he's able to land on here in order to drop down here. Okay, and then with the glider, I go ahead and I think he's a glider. Yeah, he's a glider and a climber. So he's going to mine, and then once low enough, then we bash to the left. Okay, and this is a little tricky, so we need to mine here. He gets a swimmer. We need to do this in such a way so that once we mine through this platform and bridge, everyone will be able to fall into the water here. And yes, I do this with the other glider that's up here. So as you can see, yeah, pretty precise here. Yeah, but we need them to all fall into the water. As if they hit land, yeah, they will splat. Yeah, and we don't have any more gliders. So yeah, it's a little hard to aim, but it is possible. Okay, and then mine through with the glider that landed over here. Yeah, this will allow the swimmers to get back on land. Yeah, as this is low enough for all of them to. And then once he breaks through, the miner breaks through, then I platform across. Yeah, and he's going to seal off this gap so that no one else can go back into the water. I don't think it really matters here since I believe they might all be swimmers. No, just the glider. No, it's just this glider right here. He's the only non-swimmer. So everyone can fall back into the water. Yeah, just not him. The one who mined this away. And that's already it. So here I have a basher and a miner left over. And from what Amani told me, I pretty much have nearly the exact same solution as Amani. Alrighty, and then once again, this is a low by Icho, Route 3-2, Countdown to Meltdown. And again, I pretested all his contest lows here. This one was definitely my favorite out of Icho's levels, contest lows here. Yeah, I absolutely love the solution here. It was a deceptively difficult one as well, but that was because I failed to see a couple of things here. Yeah, for a while. So here I maxed out the release rate. I don't think it really matters though. So first time that goes out to the left, I have him climb, and then he shimmies to get up here. Then platform up this gap here. Yeah, so this part was the one that took me a while to see. Yeah, here I thought it was just simply filler terrain that serves no purpose at all. But no, it is actually very important. So now he is able to get up on here. Yeah, and the importance is this. Turn it back to the right. We're going to go ahead and bash. And this will, in effect, release the crowd here. Yeah, and all it took was just simply one basher to do so. Okay. Now we could bash them out right away at the beginning, but yeah, we wouldn't be able to fence our way to get up here. So that's the reason why we need to send a lemming over here to bash and then fence, so that we can get over here. So as you can see, we start fencing up. Okay, and then with the climber, I start mining. Okay, and then just before the miner hits steel, I go ahead and block to turn him around. He's going to keep on mining in the other direction. Okay, and then I turn the climber around with a walker. And yes, in this part here, it is actually possible with some very good timing to do this in such a way so that the solution spares a walker. However, as it was not Icho's intention, yeah, that's the reason why we are given 2 walkers. And even with the extra walker, even with the additional walker, it doesn't break the level in any way. So it is perfectly fine. But yes, it is possible to solve this using just 1 walker. And I definitely could have founded that solution in my pre-testing, but yeah, I just simply didn't take it far enough. But anyway, this climber will go over here, and then we start digging down. This is a very precise assignment, but it's perfectly fine in my eyes, as it is easy to aim the digger, especially since we have frame stepping anyway. And then at this time, I go ahead and release the blocker with a walker. Yeah, so everyone's going to collect in this digger pit here. Yeah, he's going to go along. And then once we are low enough, then we're going to go ahead and mine to the left. And also, it is important that the digger was placed this way, so that nobody can spill out to the left or right without using a miner. Okay, this button would be pushed by the lemmings that went out to the left here. Okay, they'll all go back to where the digger pit is. And then everyone's going to be collected in this pit here. We got to the final button, so now the X is unlocked. Okay, and this is done in such a way so that it creates a shimmier-friendly terrain, so that we can get down here. Okay, and then finally, all that's left to do is to use our platformers to bridge up this gap, and also to put some bridges overhead, so as to keep the basher going. As we only have 1 basher, and we need to go through both pipes here. Okay, which I do right now. So as you can see, the platformer bridge keeps the basher going. Okay, and that's already it. Very, very nice level. Yeah, and as I mentioned at the top of this video with this level, yeah, this was definitely my most favorite of Icho's levels in this contest. Alrighty, next one is my contest level. I will show off the solution to that next time. Okay, so the final level for this rule, as well as the final contest level, is Route 3-4, straight and curved. Okay, and this is by King Shadow 3. This level went through a couple of updates, but it was mostly to basically enforce getting to each of these ball platforms. Okay, here I jump to get over here. Then I build up twice. Now here I could have used a jumper to get across after using 1 builder, but yeah, there's a reason for why I didn't use the jumper, as we'll see soon. Here, give a swimmer so that he can swim across without needing to spend some constructor skills to get over the water gap here. Okay, build up and then platform. Okay, mine down here. And then dig before the trap. Bash on through. Okay, I also max out the release rate as well. Here, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Or maybe it does. No, maybe it does, because, like, I need everyone to, do the, walk around. And then I platform the gap with the swimmer. Bash on through the one-way wall. Okay, mine to avoid the, trap trigger. Okay, and the reason for saving the jumper is this. I use the jumper here so as to get the worker lemming up here and onto this side. Okay, platform up this gap. Only takes one. Okay, and then we build up. Takes 2 builder bridges to get to this blue ball here. Okay, and then platform to get to the next one. And then platform over here to hit the blue ball here. But at the same time, also done in such a way so that no one can go out to the right. Okay, and then 2 more builders to get to the gold ball here. Okay, and then 2 more builders to get over the top here. Okay, and he's a swimmer, so he collects the fencer pickup. Okay, build once he turns it back to the right, so that the crowd can just get over to the other side without falling into the water and drowning. Okay, and the fencer is used to release the crowd here. And then finally, dig to get to the exit, and that's already it. Okay, very, very nice load. That was also a somewhat of a difficult load, but it's still like easy compared to some of the other contest loads. And King Shadow 3 has also stated that this was kind of an open-ended level as well. Okay, so with the completion of that level, that brings us back to Rule 1-1. And so, that is all the contest levels. So next time, I will go ahead and show out the solutions to my own contest levels once I see that that they have been properly patched up and the intended solutions I had in mind are completely enforced. So tune in the next time and be on the lookout for the video that shows out the solutions to my own levels. So have a nice day.